For our first review, we have a Rengar game by Red Shaco on the Oceanic server. We'll start here. Around 23 minutes into the game, Rengar heads into the enemy jungle. He decides to ward up and do the red buff, but as he's setting up, the enemy Ashe shows up overextended in the bottom lane. The immediate response to this should have been to head down and cut Ashe off along the escape path from Kassadin before Ashe's teammates show up to save her. Instead, Rengar chose to do the red buff before heading down there, and ends up wasting his ultimate getting greedy for the kill as Kassadin kills Ashe anyway. And now we have another problem. Since Rengar pressed R, he feels a very strong urge to jump out at the first thing that passes by, which happens to be the enemy Shaco. Unfortunately, Shaco jukes out easily and Rengar gets killed by the rest of the blue team. This sequence of events could have been completely avoided by properly prioritizing the enemy ADC over the enemy red buff. 27 minutes into the game, Rengar camps a brush inside the enemy jungle, and he wants to kill the first thing that passes by. Never mind that he doesn't know if the brush is warded or not, he has a bigger problem right now. Nasus, Karma, and Varus are grouping up on the bottom side of the map, which means the blue team will also head down there to defend the second bot turret, which is dangerously close to the brush Rengar is hiding in. As Morgana passes by, Rengar jumps onto her, and Morgana buys enough time for Lulu and Ashe to come in and kill Rengar. It's not really a surprise that Lulu and Ashe were in the area, as that could have been predicted from the presence of Rengar's own team in the bottom lane. 31 minutes in, Nautilus has picked a fight with Kassadin up top. Rengar gets greedy for the kill and presses R, once again coming in just after Kassadin kills Nautilus. Luckily, there were no Shacos nearby for him to jump on, but this is a really bad habit that's going to get him in trouble at some point. Okay, so 36 minutes into the game, Rengar has the right idea with his ultimate. He uses the increased mobility to get around the enemy team and jump onto the enemy Ashe who is the priority target. Job well done. 2 minutes later, he completely forgets how to use his ultimate and decides to walk through the enemy team from the front line to the back line, trying to pick up kills along the way. He gets driven back by the enemy Ashe, who's the strongest player on the team. Luckily, Kassadin saves the day by taking Ashe out, and the red team goes on to win the game. Rengar could have played this better by wrapping around the mid lane to get at the Ashe in the back while the blue team's front line was preoccupied, and he wouldn't have to depend on Kassadin to save the day. Overall, this was a game well played by Red Shaco, but he needs to improve his map awareness and restrain his greed so that he can avoid danger and pick up kills without being overly dependent on his ultimate.
If you enjoyed this video, do subscribe to the channel, follow on Twitter, and check out the video links on either side. Leave a comment about the kind of content you'd like to see in future videos, and check out the Patreon link if you'd like to support this channel directly.